welcome to another episode of Honorable Mentions. My name's Rachel. I'm one of our two hosts. I'm the only one on the promotional art listed because we made that before the other host became part of the show. And we are going to update it one of these days. But that doesn't mean he's not important or that he's not here. Guys, give it up. Hello, Pfeiffer. Say hello in the chat if you have a chat, if you're here. Otherwise, how would you? But definitely give it up right now for my co-host, the very funny, the very talented, the very much a father, D. Hiller.
Yay! Oh, man, I love that intro every time.
I only get more deranged as we go.
Yeah, it still works for me. It gets me. That's my warm-up. My warm-up is laughing at that intro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As you see, we both have blankets on because it's cold where both of us, even though we're not in the same place, it's cold where we both are. Hello, Ansalt.
Hey, Ansalt. Hello, Pfeiffer, and hello, Internet. It's good to have the Internet here, all 8 of you.
Yeah, and hopefully that'll spike up to who knows what number, 12, 14, 75, 96. I could name numbers all day, but I won't because there's a show. And it's not just us. It's not just us. That would be a great show if it was just us. Wouldn't it be?
It's been a great show multiple times.
Multiple times. But because I am a slave to innovation, to switching it up, I'm like, let's bring
a regular Elon Musk.
A regular. It's like if Elon Musk didn't torture monkeys, didn't try to
didn't treat his employees of color horribly.
Didn't try to crush unions. Didn't make a car that explodes. Didn't make a Neuralink that won't do anything.
And had a show.
Didn't lose almost all his satellites. Didn't blot out the sun and so forth. Didn't date Grimes. Never dated Grimes. I don't think we get on. But otherwise, we're totally the same. Also, I love to innovate, and that was why I was like, hey, we're going to bring on some guests, which is why we have a wonderful guest tonight. Give it up for, that was a tease. Give it up for Kevin Paquette. Woo!
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
That was scary for a minute.
Do you want to stay?
Oh, I can leave.
Hi, Kevin. That was a bit.
Hi. Oh, I wasn't aware there were going to be bits on this show.
Occasional, very occasional.
Yeah, that's cool.
Occasional bits, and also I'm not logged into the StreamYard, so only a D can do. So if you see Kevin say, might as well leave, and then he just goes away, it's a D. It's all him.
Nice.
It's me doing one of the 3 things I know how to do on the stream.
Woohoo!
Kevin, tell us about yourself. Tell us your relationship to Twitter and the internet. Do you like it, need it, or are you ambivalent?
What a complicated question.
We got all night.
I have more of a relationship with Twitter, but I really don't anymore. Like I used to think, hey, I have a thought, everyone should hear it, and then no. Sometimes you don't want people to hear it, and they're all the internet's a hateful place. And I don't know. It's hard, but I'm here on the internet right now. So, I guess it's necessary.
I guess it's necessary. That is also a blurb of this show. I guess it's a necessary show. As Kevin said, it's necessary. It's a part of our lives. Sometimes kind of hateful, but not always, as I think the beautiful tweets that I have chosen for the show will prove. As you guys know, I like to choose some tweets from the week. Very good, Adi. I picked some tweets of the week that were very popular. I like to pick the most popular tweets to give us a sense of what the Twitterverse was the past week. And then we'll talk about them. We'll riff on them. We'll say what we liked about them or if we hate them, and so on. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let me share my screen.
My screen. Yeah. And all right. Here it is. Ooh, love the Inception moment. Every time.
We're inside the internet right now. This is nuts.
Yeah, we're at a deeper level.
Wow. I don't know what to do with myself here in this place.
You just have to react to the tweets I show you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like normal internet.
Oh, well.
So this tweet, first of all, this is from 14th, so Monday, and it has 760,000 likes. So almost 1 million people were like, fuck yeah, this tweet. Let's see this tweet. My mom made 2-person mittens, so my dad and her can hold hands on walks.
Gross.
Kevin hates this.
Kevin and I are immediately coming down on opposite sides of this. I didn't say anything because my heart stopped for a brief moment.
Oh, that's very nice. I don't know. Like,
but I've also let love into my heart. I don't know if you have, Kevin.
I have let love into my heart, but this is like a prison in your own hands. Like, I want the freedom to be like, okay, now I can swing my arms, maybe high five a random stranger on the street. This way, you're not going anywhere. And then you get all sweaty and everyone sweats in the club together. All about love. This takes intimacy to a creepy level.
For me, I definitely see where Kevin is coming from. Definitely, if you want to give a guy a sucker punch, love is literally holding you back from the violence that is deserved by that person. I would love to see like the poly version of this that has like 6 gloves.
In one glove too. It's like a big space in the middle. that all the hands commingle, but like occasionally one hand doesn't get touched, and that causes like 3 days of conversations.
Yeah. Like, we need to talk about what happened in the glove, you guys.
I think I'd prefer like a whole jacket. Like, I'd prefer our entire bodies be in the same vessel as opposed to just our hands, because then it's just like those finger cuffs. I don't know. I don't know.
The jacket won't work because that's just like putting 2 people in a sleeping bag. And if you've ever tried to stand up in one of those with another person, you fell over right afterwards. And so I understand the function criticism here. I don't think there's any disputing that this both stops you from making sucker punches and makes you more vulnerable to receiving them.
Yes.
So yeah, this is not. There's no defense mechanism around these gloves. These are a vulnerability mechanism. But they look like a heart.
They do.
And they were made by someone's mother, and they were for an old couple that loves each other, which is the sweetest thing in the world.
How old are they? You're going to call them old? You're going to assume they're just old people?
I'm going to say they're at least in their upper 50s.
Okay. I don't know. I'm going 45. Wow.
So what do we think that person? What age is that person's parents?
And we're going to assume. Yeah, we're going to assume that this is a photo of them.
I would assume this person's younger than me, so I would say their parents are probably like 50 to 53.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Nice. That's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I should do
agreeing's even better than not disagreeing.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, now my heart is warm and I've gone full circle on this.
Yes.
It is kind of nice.
I'm glad that we got there. I'm glad. I feel like this whole show is going to be like a mitten that we all share together.
That'd be nice because I don't have any gloves at all.
You don't have any gloves, Kevin?
No, I've been gloveless this whole winter. I borrowed some one day, and it was nice.
So, what do you do when you are walking somewhere outdoors? Because I know you go into the coffee shop these days still.
Yeah.
And you want to use your phone.
If I'm outside, I just take it out and I hurt for a little bit. Yeah. Okay. And it's like, okay, I guess we're doing this, but it's my fault for not getting gloves. But even if I had gloves, I'd probably want fingerless ones because I don't like mittens. I don't like not being able to use my phone, for instance, or just like not being able to grab snowballs and throw them at people comfortably.
Yeah, that mitten snowball throw is always really sad.
Yeah.
You're more pushing it. You're more pushing the ball through the air than throwing it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get any velocity on that.
I can't remember the last time I either pelted or was pelted by by a snowball. I am panicking because I'm like, when was the last time I treated the snow like an activity?
It's been a long time for me. I was scared some kids were gonna throw a snowball at me the other day when I was at work and on my way to the bank to make a deposit. There was like either middle schoolers or high schoolers. I don't know how old kids are anymore. So like they're just throwing snowballs at each other, and I'm going right to the middle. I guess it could have gone around, but I didn't want to. But I was like, these kids are going to hit me with a snowball, and I don't know how I'm going to react to the situation. And it didn't happen, so luckily nothing terrible happened. I think I just would have thrown a snowball back at them, and they would have thought I was very cool, I think. But that's a story from my life, true story.
Are we getting any great replies in here, Rach?
I don't see any much. Someone said, Aziel, and they were like, oh, these should be worn by like the angel and devil guys from that show / book, Good Omens. Someone said Yoongi should wear them, which I think is a BTS reference, but I'm not sure.
Like, would someone wear these with themselves?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really work.
No. I mean, it could be fun. I would wear them since I don't have any other gloves. If someone gave those to me, I would probably wear them.
They look really comfy. Like, yeah. I bet this woman knits a good regular mitten.
I don't know. Let's see if she has an Etsy page, and we'll see how successful she is.
I think they said in the follow-up reply that she does not. She is not selling any of her crafts. But he did post this follow-up, which is a cardigan that she made, which I think is very good.
That is
incredible.
Fun. I love that.
Yeah.
But if that's him, I'm starting to think we're in our 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very young looking.
It's a very young face.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has an older body at least.
Also, that's a nice for a bathroom lighting fixture.
Yeah.
They are doing just fine at the Booth household.
Yeah, I cleaned the bathroom today. I dusted some cobwebs, and you know when you like dust the ceiling and like you look at the sink and you're like, oh no, that came from the ceiling. I had one of those days. I'm like, why is everything so disgusting?
Yeah, that's in general. Just I like the feeling of I am cleaning one thing and looking at something else that also needs to be cleaned, and it's a sinking feeling.
Also, just like, am I cleaning or am I just moving dirt from place to place? Mm-hmm. When does it get in the barrel?
I'm definitely a dirt mover for sure.
Yeah. Guys, this was a great tweet. We're going to move on. It's time to move on.
Let's do it.
We have a lot of tweets. We have a lot of ground to cover with this internet.
Yeah, if we're too fast for you, Kevin, don't say anything.
Huh? What?
So I really like this one. It has 87,000 likes. So again, close to 100,000 people were like, yes, this tweet I agree with. I do strongly believe that some movies should only be seen on DVD. What are you doing watching Donnie Darko in 4K?
Donnie Darko is a pretty good movie like, I don't know why they're coming for Donnie Darko of all the movies.
Wait, go up.
Yep.
Up. All right. This brought to you by the DVD copy of Existenz I just bought, which we talked about on this show about a month ago, where Jude Law kind of has a vagina.
We did talk about Existenz.
What?
And Willem Dafoe is in it, which helps the movie.
Kevin, if you don't know...
back up there. Jude Law kind of has a vagina in a movie?
This is one of his very first IMDb credits. It came out like the same year as The Matrix. Deals with some similar ideas, dare I say, in more interesting ways.
You can see that it's the first Google. He does have a little, and I swear we're going to end up talking about this every show, which is fine.
Where can I watch it?
I'm always going to present it the same way, the same salacious way. Yeah, this is a fantastic movie. Kevin, I think you will enjoy it. So this is a game in which video games interact with your biology. or there's a movie
So
in which
what
video
you're
games
telling
and
me right now is Jude Law is playing a video game by licking a hole inside somebody's stomach? Question mark?
Not exactly. No. So that's a video game controller right there, plugged into her port, and everyone gets these ports in their body.
Wow. It seems way
Yeah.
too hot. Way too sexy for me.
And but then you live inside the game. Oh, click on that middle top one. No. Over to the left.
How have I
Yeah.
never heard about this movie?
So that right there is a bigger game controller between them. And then the umbilical cord / intestine thing
Yeah.
is what's connecting them two into play together.
Okay.
And it's a Cronenberg movie, so it's very
Oh,
fucked.
okay. Yeah.
And-
Wait, you should have led with that, because
and
I can hear the puzzle pieces connecting in Kevin's mind.
yeah,
when you
it's
say
a
makes
that.
sense now.
fantastic film. It
I
is.
will
It
watch
is.
it now.
In my opinion, it's actually one of his more straightforward films too. There are a couple Inception-y layers to the narrative, but like you can really see the thread the whole way.
Nice. Where can I watch it?
Where?
Yeah.
Right here in a series of gifts.
Nice. All right. So we'll start at number 1.
This is going to bring up the probably the decider page is often what this brings up.
Amazon, Google Play, Vudu. All right. Vudu it is.
Yeah, but it's a rent or a purchase.
You have
not
to
a
pay
freebie.
for this?
It's not a freebie.
That's crazy. You have to pay for like this movie? That seems weird to me. Of all the movies.
Yeah.
Behind a paywall.
You do occasionally have to pay for films, or you can also just, use legal means to get it.
Oh yeah, but you don't want to do that.
No, of course not.
Yeah, you don't want to take money out of David Cronenberg's hands.
Yeah.
Those are some weird hands. They're gonna transform into something else, and they'll get you.
So I guess we've talked through this tweet. I'm very happy with the very on-topic discussion we had about that tweet. We're moving on to a new tweet. We're moving on.
No prisoners taken tonight, Rachel.
We're on a schedule. I have some really great tweets. I want us to look at all of them. This tweet has 52,000 likes. So again, 52,000 people were like, yes, this tweet, let's go. And the tweet is, Happy Valentine's Day to Elizabeth Debicki for no particular reason.
Yeah. Very tall.
She is 6'2", I found out.
Jesus. Yeah.
How do you guys like gorgeous, incredibly tall women? Are you pro or
It
against?
scares me,
It scares you?
Like I feel like you'd be walking around and she might step on you. And she doesn't mean to, but she is taking out people every step of the way. Look at those two men right there. She's about to just like Godzilla them to death.
Kevin, once again, we come in on complete polar opposite sides of a tweet.
All right, bring it back around.
I'm so pro this woman existing and being celebrated.
Well, I have no problem with her
next to
existing.
short men.
Don't put words into my mouth. I think she should exist. Okay?
Well, but did you know she existed without the tweet and without the
yes,
photo?
I did know she existed because wasn't she in Guardians 2? Was that
Maybe.
her? Was she the gold lady in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh, was she?
I don't know. Maybe
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Lady.
See, I care about her existence. Just, I don't want her to hurt me.
All right, let's internet stop canceling Kevin.
It's happened already. I got a text yesterday saying I was canceled. I can't tell you why, because it'll happen again.
Even if you hold up quotes the whole time?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
What's Brian saying in the chat after that? No.
I just really like that you can just find pictures of her next to every famous person, and she's always taller. Like, that to me is like a real... Okay, so I guess it looks like she's about the same height as Hugh Laurie and Loki, so not everyone.
They might be wearing lifts.
Yeah, they might be.
I did not think Loki was a particularly tall human, but maybe he is.
I think he's pretty tall.
It's amazing that he changed his name to that as well.
Yeah. Loki Hiddleston. Wow. Spoiler alert, huh? Let's... Ooh, look at that.
So here, Tom Hiddleston is 6'1 3/4". So
All
he
right.
is a tall man. And,
Yeah,
and
he's a tall man.
And
it's
Hugh
also
Laurie.
very funny
can't
that I
jump.
forgot. It's very funny that I forgot his name because I did write an article about him that's called 9 Times Tom Hiddleston Left You Breathless and Alone in the Woods.
Oh, man.
That's fantastic. And 6 years ago,
6 ago, a long time ago.
you were
Yeah.
ahead of the ball with Tom Hiddleston. Good job.
Yeah,
Dave.
I apparently he's only gotten more famous since then. I really thought he was peaking in 2016, but I was wrong. I could not be further from the truth there.
All right, can we come back to this tall woman?
Yes, absolutely.
Of course.
And so I think she is providing a great service with these photos because we're getting a much better sense of how tall all the other celebrities are.
Yes, she's sort of like the canary in the coal mine. If the canary was a 6'2" tall woman, and the coal mine was other celebrities.
I
That's
don't
right.
think we need to know this information. I think people's height should be kept to themselves.
Oh, you think she's doxing people's height?
Yeah, stop it. As a person of average height, I think
Yeah.
we should stop doing this.
Is she profiting in some way off these photos?
Some of them, hopefully. I don't know. Let's ask.
All celebrities in Hollywood.
Only in,
Elizabeth
the sense
Debicki.
that, only in the sense that all directors casting her probably start with the thought, damn, I really could use a tall woman right now. Oh, here's one. Look at her in the photo. She's so fucking tall.
Look at her next to this giant redwood. She's so much taller. Great photo.
Not
right
tall
there.
enough. Not tall enough.
Not tall enough. 2 meters. Oh my god. I love
She's
it.
leaning down in that photo. And he's leaning up.
These photos like treat her like a circus sideshow. She's a person, you know?
Come see the tall woman.
Stand next to people who are not. Do you think you're tall? Get the fuck out of here.
Come into the Thunderdome.
5'10". You're shorter.
There was also like a very funny Tenet promotional photo where they all were together and she was the only one sitting because they didn't want to make her look taller than all the guys.
Oh.
Yeah. Brian, Kevin's good friend, dare I say best,
I don't want to bring that into
you are hurting his Tinder game.
I'm not hurting anything. All right, Brian can do whatever he wants on Tinder. All right. I don't. How tall are you, Brian? Are you that tall that you need it out there in the world? It's just bragging.
Oh man,
Don't
you
you
gotta
hate it
get Brian on here sometime to look at photos of short people.
Oh man, he loves that.
Next week we'll do a short person special. We're gonna look at
6 foot.
Pardon?
No, I was just correcting Brian. I think it's 6 foot and not 6 feet tall. Just sounds better to say I'm 6 foot tall as opposed to 6 feet tall. Maybe since feet is plural, I'm wrong, but I don't like it. Sounds better the other way. Take that, the English language.
Now I'm Googling, do I have to watch Tenet?
It's all right.
According to Esquire, it's my next must-watch movie, and there's 5 reasons why. So I guess
I don't think you take your cues from Esquire. I'm just saying.
You don't know me, Adi. Apparently you don't. I thought we were friends, but you don't know anything about me. Are we ready to move on from this tweet to another tweet?
I think so.
All right.
Yes, it's the same one. I don't label these at all. I like to do a very DIY kind of show where the links are just links.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a very funny tweet. It has 17,000, which is low for this show, but I thought it was very important for us to watch this. So I'm going to get the sound on my computer, making sure that you guys can hear it, because I want you guys to hear this really great band that someone, I think they were a mutual of mine, but they took video of the really great band at a bar. And let's just get the volume on my computer there.
There we go.
And this band is cool as hell, and everyone here hates it. fantastic situation, and that's a caption.
Oh man.
I've been to that bar. It's in New Orleans.
And it's just like it's really beautiful.
Every time.
I mean, the thing you need to recognize here is that this is like right in what the best neighborhood for music bars in New Orleans, and I'm forgetting which street it is now. But like every time I've been in there, it's been a hopping, happy scene.
So, do you know what bar this is?
This is the Spotted Cat in New Orleans. This is a place I went to during my bachelor party weekend.
Oh my god! And you recognize it from the walls and like the shape
100%.
of the room?
That's
Holy
crazy.
shit.
Yeah.
I had no idea you would know where this was.
Yeah.
I like that band. I thought
come
they
in
were
with the local knowledge. I don't understand Twitter, but I do know many places.
I'll be like, look at this tweet about this random place, and you're like, that's in Saratoga. I was there. I've been there 7 times, Rachel.
There's a mean Korean restaurant. If you walk 3 blocks from there, yep.
And I just love this. I love this tweet. It hits really home to me because I think all of us at one point or another have performed for people who have hated us, who've hated possibly the shit out of us. And I know it's been a while for me. I haven't done too many live shows recently, but does this remind you guys of any shows you've had in particular?
I mean, it's too many people, but but yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I've definitely been in shows where there's been so many less people and they're not as enthused.
The woman in the front, she looks objectively angry.
Yeah, she's like, "What the fuck?" Do you think they thought it was Nickelback and they're disappointed it's not?
It's very possible. This looks like it could be a pro Nickelback crowd, just by their age and their plainness.
Yeah, this looks to me like a crowd that went to New Orleans and did many nights on Bourbon Street and was like, we have to do a night somewhere else. And so they ended up in the wrong place listening to the wrong music.
So
yeah, because there's confusion in this man's face. And I feel like I've never been to New Orleans, but I feel like if I went to New Orleans and I went into this bar and I heard this music, even if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm like, this sounds like it probably is what it sounds like in bars in New Orleans. So I don't understand the confusion.
Yeah, they could just leave as well. You can take your drinks on the street.
100%. People come in and out of this place all the time. It's mostly what happens there.
Maybe they're just thinking about it. They really like it, but they're digesting the music in their head.
That's true.
And it's breaking them.
Yeah. I don't know. I like that band. They're not terrible for sure. I don't
think Pfeiffer liked them.
Well, Pfeiffer wrote, that was certainly a form of music.
My followers when I tweet. That's speaking to my heart.
Crowd lame as hell. Very true.
Oh man.
So apparently the Spotted Cat, somebody's posted another video of the Spotted Cat.
It's a very known place. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just reading this out loud. While we're sharing videos of super talented artists, not a lot of shit gives me chills, but this video still does it to me every time. So this, I assume, is a video where people are actually enjoying the music.
I hope so. It'd be crazy if it wasn't.
Fuck these musty mayo merchants.
Right. I mean, there's a clear racial issue in this crowd that you don't normally experience in the French Quarter. It is normally a very mixed crowd in my time there, which tells me that this might be a large group of tourists that came in together.
They're all from real France and very disappointed with the French Quarter.
Now, is F6 folks, do you guys know what that means? I don't know what that means.
No.
You learn very quick that F6 folks do not like music of people
Is
they
it like
never heard
Ben
of.
and his crew from Fast 6?
This seems like that's a good one. I had a more straightforward question.
Oh, guys, it means white people.
Oh,
That's good.
I've never heard that before. I've heard a lot of like white slurs or whatever the equivalent of a slur is for a white person, but I've never heard F6.
I like that
That's
one.
really good.
I'm gonna start using that one in my everyday life.
Brian knows. Brian's heard of it. It's a black thing. Well, now we know it, so now it's ruined.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go, America.
In 3.5 weeks, when it's officially ruined, you'll know that we started that just co-optation. Co-option?
And it started right here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna write tweets like, "Don't you hate it when F6 people?" It's like you're an F6 person, Rachel.
Oh,
It's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, like on the color scale. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. The more you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that the quote tweets are definitely on the band side. It's always nice to see artists supported, if not in person during their art, then in retrospect when they're making fun of the crowd.
Yeah.
There we go. Scroll up real quick. One more. This is like exactly what I was talking about. This is such a good encapsulation of what at New Orleans & Co.'s goals for our tourism industry are. Laugh my fucking ass off.
Also, Brian has asked us to wait until March, wait until the end of Black History March to appropriate F6. So
I think that's okay.
All right, you hear that?
Agreed.
Black people, you've got 12 more days for it to be fun.
Here we come.
Here we come. So yeah, we're no more
26 or 27 days. 28? Is there 28? I don't have any clue how long February is. Oh.
Oh, this one's a little sad. I don't know if I want to do this one.
No, I like it.
You like
What's
it?
going on?
Okay.
I saw the color orange. I like it.
Okay, we're gonna do it then. It is like a little sad though. I feel a little bad for this guy. So
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Mr. Two Names, Alex Peter. Come on.
First of all, the tweeter and this guy are not the same person. They just happen to look a lot alike.
Oh, they're not the same person?
That's what I'm excited about. Just that was what I wanted.
It's possible that the fact that they're so similar is what drove part of the engagement because it's at 86,000 likes. So this is what this guy's reacting to. He writes, "Just grow mustache, bud." And this is an Instagram post. It's from Trav and 9696. Literally have to get a surgeon to cut open my face, rearrange the cartilage in my nose, add silicone implants around my cheekbones, and slightly raise my upper lip if I am ever going to have a chance in this modern dating market. Because women are absolutely fucking deranged in their standards for male beauty. The resentment and contempt I hold for them is real.
Well, he is really ugly, so I can understand why he feels that.
I just really like a guy who looks very much the same but has a mustache telling this guy to grow a mustache.
I think he's just grow a mustache, bro. People love it. I think he's trying to help Mr. Alex Peter.
I feel like there's a chance that Mr. Alex Peter, I wouldn't say had the exact same life experience, but I love the headcanon where he was very angry at the world, grew a mustache, solved it, and every other man wearing an orange hat just needs to do that to be content.
Yeah, every man wearing an orange hat is on the same journey that ends with being a cool mustache guy.
Just get a green hat. It's a much easier way to live your life. You don't need a mustache.
Okay.
I don't know. How do we feel about mustaches in general, actually? I want to have this conversation because they went from creepy to cool overnight real recently, and I don't understand how it happened.
I think it's all about the wearer. I don't have one feeling on mustaches. I do prefer if it's like a regular part of someone's look versus like a novelty mustache.
Yeah.
I mean, novelty mustaches definitely have their place, but in the wild, that's not really what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Nice. I agree. but I have a beard, so I'm clearly anti-mustache. So,
Rachel?
Have you thought about getting a mustache, Kevin?
yeah, every time I shave my face, I at least cut it into some sort of mustache, just to see what it looks like. But I can never get it right. I think the problem's with me and not being able to shave my face properly. So I either have to have like a fucked up beard or a baby face. And also, right now, my electric razor is was moving, and I don't have any actual like heads on it, so I can only go down to 0. So if I make a mistake, I am truly fucked. But this just helps the coffee shop boy like essence anyway, so I don't need to do anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like it really puts into perspective what a great job like the sculptors did, like Michelangelo. Like you're like, I can't even not make a mistake when I'm shaving my face, and these guys did the whole Marble Man without fucking up. So that really says something about their art, I think.
Yeah.
I had a mustache when I met my spouse to be. I met her during a Movember back when I did that fundraiser every year, and I thought my mustache was creepy and ugly, and turned out that she had very shortly before we went on our first date, like a couple months before, done a quantitative analysis of over 100 first dates that she'd been on. And there were a couple characteristics that made it more likely that the dates were going to be super good. One was if they were Jewish, and another was if they had facial hair.
Look at
you. So she was really excited that I had facial hair, and I messaged her before the date to say, I'm sorry about my mustache. Don't worry, I'm going to shave it soon.
Oh.
And somehow we got through it.
She's like, I guess this is a short-term commitment.
One and done, baby. December, you're out.
I do feel like it's really hard to be on dating apps without becoming like, without getting that Patrick Bateman brain where you're like, 40% of my dates have had green eyes, and I must marry a green-eyed man. I hate dating apps.
I hate Patrick Bateman brain.
I didn't hate dating apps back when I was dating, and I think I hate them now. But I met my wife through them.
I feel like
Huh?
What's changed for you, Adi? Why do you hate them now if you didn't hate them then?
Well, so Tinder was maybe a thing for like 5 or 6 months before Doris and I got together. So I think it's like the Tinderization of dating apps has taken the bad elements of life on them and exploded it.
Mm.
I think the bad elements were always there. They were always there. Dating apps have always been a tough grind, a tough haul to get through. But like, I feel like when I was there, more in the range of a decade ago, times were a slight bit simpler.
Yeah. Back in the halcyon days of the mid-2000s.
Right, exactly.
Well, speaking of insane things in the way we live our lives now, this tweet has 114,000 likes. So again, 100,000 people were like, yes. And it's a comment on a headline. I genuinely love when someone gets a column in a national newspaper to announce I'm rude as hell. And the article is called, Here's While I'll Be Keeping My Shoes On in Your Shoeless Home. Why are you assuming that your guest shoes are dirtier than your floor? Someone was paid to write a whole article about this, and from the point of view of the man who keeps the shoes on.
I keep my shoes on. I would like to keep my shoes on most of the time, but that's because I'm self-conscious probably about my feet in general. So, but I'll do it if people ask. Like, I'm not going to be this person, but I get really weird about my feet and feet in general.
Kevin, here's a scenario. They don't ask, but you walk in and let's say it's a dinner gathering, an evening gathering, so there are about 8 people already there. Everyone else has their shoes off. Do you take yours off just from the social cue?
What's the weather like outside?
This place, these people have great heating. It don't matter.
So like, I'd probably keep them on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would keep them on unless they were super wet and I had to take them off for some reason.
I was in a different Discord, not in the 2MB Discord, and some friends linked this headline, not the full tweet, and called it out as essentially some F6 foolishness, some F6 entitledness.
D, it's not March.
Oh shit! Ah!
What a jerk!
I did it! I really did it!
Canceled. You're canceled. Take him off the stream. Let's add Brian right now. He now has a D's job.
Brian, you're always welcome on the show, and a D, you're no longer welcome on.
Yeah, I can't believe I ever liked that guy. There's an agreement. He broke it. Ugh.
So keep going, Adi. You were I interrupted.
Anyway, that's kind of it. That's kind of it. That's pretty much it. Like that. This is like some bullshit. Like if there's basically their idea was like if someone's got a house rule, and you come in and say fuck your house rule, I'm gonna do this because I think maybe your floor's gross. I'm fine making it gross to keep myself clean. That was some entitled bullshit that very likely came from white people.
I will say that I really miss one thing I miss about dating a Russian is when you go over to their relative's house and they just give you slippers, which I think is just like a very sweet thing.
That's
like
nice.
They just have like a big closet full of slippers, and they're like, they give your feet a once over, and then they're like, I have slippers for you, and then you get slippers that fit you.
Nice.
I
want
it
to say
too.
that was an impeccable Russian accent you just did.
Oh, thank you. I dated a Russian for 6 years, so it's something I got to keep.
So natural.
I think the slippers is a nice thing to do. I think it's a good gesture to keep people's feet comfy and warm. And I imagine there are probably people over here doing it.
Yeah, I'll start doing it. Like I like this idea because then the whole self-conscious thing's his way because my feet are covered.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that we have like a thing with Russia where we're supposed to be like mad at a country, which is a little abstract for me. I hate Russia. Like that doesn't work for me. I need to hate a guy. Like give me a single person.
Peter. His name's probably Peter.
Peter. Fuck Peter. But yeah, I think we should. There are things that Russians do better than us, and I think it's offering visitors like comfy slippers. I think is among the nicest things you can do for someone, and I think we should just adopt the practice.
Yeah.
So, I really like this. I feel like people's slipper collection that they have to offer to guests would really be a reflection of them. Like there would be people who Mr. Rogers it and like have like 30 pairs of the exact same slippers available for everyone in every single size. And then there would be people who like, their mug collections, like everything's, from a different tag sale and doesn't really make any sense. I love that we would get to know our friends through their available slipper collection.
Yeah. These if I were rich, I'd just be like all felt all the time.
Yeah.
I assume this is pricey. I don't know.
Is felt expensive? I know nothing about material.
I'll go to Felt Zeppelin on Etsy.
Oops,
Felt Zeppelin. What a great name. Oops, that's our bad.
For me, like it's not that I assume that the materials are expensive. I assume that there's like a guy who like does this by hand.
Right. Yep, you're correct. You're correct. We're talking 200 plus.
Fuck.
I would love like just a closet full of cute hand felted slippers. I know that felted stuff is hard because I I once bought someone like a handcrafted felt mouse, and it was like $40, even though it was like a pretty small mouse.
Yeah. So if here's a question going back to the tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Did the writer of this article lose a friendship by writing this article?
I would assume so.
No.
Or had they already lost the friendship?
That's a good question.
I think they told him they were writing this article, and they're like, "It's done." But it's definitely before this. Yeah, you got to be a professional. You got to tell people, "Hey, I'm writing this article. It affects you. Fuck your floors. I'm gonna continue wearing my shoes there." And they haven't spoken in 10 years. I have. This was probably written recently.
Trying to think of like other comparable examples. Like here's why I'll be like not wearing a shirt in your business that requires shirts. Like it's just like I'm a dick. That's what this is.
Yeah, like here, this whole thing is so dumb, but I'm surprised that many people from the USA don't know slippers for guests exist. This is an American disease that we have. This is a uniquely American problem.
Yeah. Let's all switch to Russia.
Okay.
We're all going to represent Russia now. And
Perfect.
that's all we can do. Slippers for all. But I didn't know it existed until today during this show. So I learned that.
Russian slippers?
Yeah. I only know about the Russian dolls. They're scary, so.
You're like a little guy shouldn't be inside of a big guy who looks like him.
Yeah, and I definitely hate it when I go inside of that smaller guy, and there's even smaller guy inside of that.
You're like,
I do it reverse.
When does it end?
Huh?
When does it end?
Yeah, done.
That'd be fun, like like those cakes that someone jumps out of. Like if someone jumped out of the cake, and then a cake jumped out of that person that's smaller, and then the smaller person jumped out of that inside cake.
Crazy.
The logistics of it, I haven't really thought through. This is maybe a Cronenberg joke.
Yeah, this is like that everything is cake meme when everything.
Yes. Yeah.
That's cool.
Like you think there's a person jumping out of cake, but that person's just more cake.
Oh man, that would be better. I fucking love cake is very good. A Russian doll cake would be much better than the actual dolls.
Let's see if there are any Russian doll cakes. Russian doll cake.
Ooh.
I mean, if you're doing it, you have to make it nest.
Yeah.
I think these are just 3 separate cakes.
Right.
I don't know if any of them nest.
I don't think it's that possible. You'd have to like have some kind of harder material on the outside that opens into soft cake.
Oh, there's a way to do this.
Definitely. Yeah, there's a way. There's always a way. I don't think they've done it.
No, I think this is for us to do. We need to do this.
The Great Russian Baking Show. It's one episode. It's us. None of us Russian.
She's so proud of her. She's so proud of her Russian cake that isn't even nested. What's wrong with these people?
What do we think
Living
they taste
a lie.
like?
What was that, Kevin?
What do we think they taste like?
Coconut.
I don't. That's terrible.
Actually, Russians have really good candy and like really good chocolate, so I always assume it's like going to be a good chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
If you see a Russian chocolate with a squirrel on it, that's the best.
I think I said coconut.
Is it like on packaging or is it on
snow?
chocolate?
If you see this little man, go for this guy.
Where do I find this little man?
Wait, is that a man inside a squirrel?
Yeah.
No, I call squirrels little men, Andy.
Yeah, show them some respect.
They're little men. They have little jobs, and their jobs are to have long
They have little
ears.
briefcases.
Those are nuts. Those are not briefcases.
They are to them. They are their briefcases.
There's a laptop inside of that nut.
That is not a business suit and a smart haircut. That's just squirrel hair.
You're really looking at it literally.
It's their smart haircut, indeed. It's their smart haircut. Anyway, moving on. Even though I'm mad, this tweet is very topical. It has 224,000 likes, so almost every, and it's going up. It's going viral right now. And the caption is, "Never telling my BF my real Wordle score again. I'm gonna start cheating." So her boyfriend's name is Brendan. She sends it to Brendan. She says, "Fuck this." Brendan says, "What does X out of 6 mean?" She says, "It means I didn't get it." He says, "I know. I just wanted to hear the words." She says, "Go straight to hell."
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's just a little slice of painful life.
You know, sometimes I'm sad I'm single, but then I remember that dating can often be full of slings and arrows like the one currently on screen.
Oh my God.
I don't think my significant other plays Wordle, so we don't run into these problems.
Mine and I do, but we haven't run into issues with it.
Yeah.
The closest we got was one day at midnight, starting with the same word and seeing who got it first and in the least guesses. And we got it in the same number of guesses, and it was about the same. We're like, we are competitive, and then like we'll look at each other and just not be.
Yeah, we play Mario Party. It gets pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
For lack of better words, I don't want to talk about it, but I don't know, I brought it up. Yeah,
like it gets fucked up. Like you do ritual sacrifice to get an advantage. What happened?
I'm still in this living room because I'm not allowed in that room because of some Mario Party shenanigans.
I feel like you are really dangling a really good piece of anecdote in front of us, Kevin.
Oh, well, no, nothing that happens in Mario Party is truly her fault. It's everyone's fault, okay? I will say everyone in my household is out to get me in Mario Kart. They go for it, they kill me. That's just how I feel. Anyway.
Kevin, were you the one who metaphorically said, "I just wanted to hear you say the words"?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So when you see this, Kevin, you see yourself in the boyfriend's text.
Yeah, no, for sure. I play terribly. I'm a very bad person to play any sort of games with. Like, I get really evil in Monopoly. Like, yeah, I am this person for sure.
I mean, Monopoly's capitalism. That's understandable. Makes monsters of us all.
Yeah, my move is to just bid on things I don't want so other people have to pay more for them. And it's fun every time.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
Unless you get stuck with the thing you don't want.
Whatever. Chaos. Capitalism. Oh, Wordle.
Yeah,
I haven't played Wordle today. I haven't played Wordle today. I've taken a break from it the last few days. I think I got mad the last time I lost, and I was like, no thanks.
Yeah.
A lot out of me.
I've played Wordle when I feel like it. I might play the Dirtle. I think it's called Dirtle. It's a double Wordle. I've played quadruple Wordle. I think it's called Quordle.
Yeah. I took a look at that, and then I was like, my brain can't handle this right now.
I did one Octurtle or whatever they call it, which is 8 of them. That was not worth. Why? Because I don't know. Someone sent me a fucking link. It's a pandemic, and
what?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was over.
And this is the one thing that organizes my week is this show.
Oh,
that's not true. I have children.
You do have children. 2 different ones.
Mm-hmm. And one of them turns 1 on Friday.
Wow.
It's exciting. Birthday party for a 1-year-old is a weird thing to plan.
Because they don't fucking know what's going on.
Right, because it's for everyone else. And actually, I think this one is mostly for her older sister.
Oh.
because she thinks everyone deserves birthday parties, which is really sweet, and because she wants cake, which is normal.
Oh, yeah, cake is nice.
Yeah.
I just met my baby niece for the first time today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very sweet. Anyway,
I saw those pics. I liked them.
nice. You just liking the pics of me with my nieces and my nephews?
Yeah,
There's
it was
one
very
nephew
sweet.
not there because he's in the Bahamas with his mother. And so we could have got the whole set, but nope.
Someone just wrote the fucking answer.
Whoa, what is it? So I can pretend I knew it.
Yeah.
That's the answer for today. What an asshole.
I will say that actually
I didn't see it.
the answer for a while was trending on Twitter, which I thought was extremely off-putting.
So fucked
Yeah.
up. I hate when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, Twitter.
Sucks, huh?
I mean, it doesn't. It gives us those mittens. It gives us those heart love mittens.
Okay, let's talk about it. Is it mittens or mitten? Let's go back to that.
Oh, because it's connected.
Right.
It's a mitten. It's one thing.
It's one mitten, not two mittens. Because
You're probably right.
I like this right here. This Michael Shannon quote.
Oh yeah. This is actually not the tweet. This is a reply to the last tweet I have on store for us. Are you guys ready for the last tweet of the week?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this has 23,000 likes, but I like it a lot. It's from John Frankensteiner, and he's saying, thinking about the puff piece where celebrities were asked who would win a fight between Batman and Superman, and Michael Shannon couldn't pretend to care. And this is Michael Shannon's quote. I'm so utterly unconcerned with the outcome of that fight, so profoundly, utterly unconcerned. I can't even come up with a fake answer. I guess I have to root for Superman because he killed me, so I would hope that he would continue his killing spree and become like a serial killer Superman. That's a new take on Superman. We'd all be in a heap of trouble if Superman was a serial killer. He could just wipe us all out, but then he'd be lonely. Isn't he already lonely? Well, we're all lonely.
Oh, Michael Shannon.
He's the man. Yeah, I just wish he was my dad. That's all I can say. Like, I love this. I love what he says. I would have to say that I don't think Superman would be lonely if he was a serial killer, because I don't think he would think about that if he had that sort of thing going on in his brain. I don't know. I don't think he's concerned with being lonely. I think he just needs to kill people at that point.
Yeah, well, so then what he's experiencing at the end isn't loneliness, but it is a severe lack because there's no one left to kill.
Yeah, you accomplish everything you set out for, and what's left?
Right.
So sad.
You gotta find
It
some
is
more.
lonely.
Find some more people.
He could probably go to another planet.
Probably, but then he'd have to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole ordeal.
Someone wrote, Shannon always gives the best answers. I'll never forget when some reporter told him his family are Trumpers, and Shannon responded, "You're an orphan now."
Orphans.
Amazing.
Apparently he was nominated for an Oscar, or his movie was nominated for an Oscar, and he watched the Oscars in a bar. And here's a photo of him watching.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's the best.
Michael Shannon.
Oh, good. He's like one of those people where I'm like, are you allowed to be this cool as an actor? Because I feel like other actors, try so hard that I'm like, is this even allowed to be like him?
You're allowed. Sometimes, like, it doesn't end well for a lot of people, but Michael Shannon gets away with it because he's so awesome and scary.
Yeah, I feel like it would be good to be yelled at by him.
Yeah, it'd be great. Like, take all the tall women you want. Give me Michael Shannon. Just yell at me. Please. Give it to me.
I like
They're not yours to give away, Kevin.
You're right. They're not mine to give away. But if they were, take them.
Now, Dee, I think that what Kevin is referring to is some sort of trading card scenario where we have trading cards of all the celebrities, and he has an Elizabeth Debicki that he's willing to trade for a Michael Shannon.
Oh, I think I like my Michael Shannon card more than I like my Elizabeth Debicki
He's
card.
better in battle for sure.
Unless it's a taller card.
Oh, it's a life-size card. I just turned my camera.
I collect for square footage value.
Nice. I'll find you an Elizabeth Debicki cutout one day. It'll just be put in front of your house without any warning.
Now this photo is a liar because I specifically Googled Michael Shannon Elizabeth Debicki, and I do not see Michael Shannon in this photo.
That's because he's so short, but she's so tall, and we can't see him.
Oh yeah,
he might be right behind her.
He's like right behind her.
He's just wearing a lot of blue.
Did they just decide that Hugh Laurie is Michael Shannon?
Very possible. He's probably another photo that's down the page. I assume that's what's happening. Mm-hmm. But apparently there is no photo of them together, or else it would be popping up in my Google image search. So the first thing, if you are Elizabeth Debicki or Michael Shannon and you are watching this show, which there's a good chance you are, please endeavor to take a photo together because that would make us happy.
100%. I'll tweet at them.
Thank you.
To try and make this happen.
Oh, good night, Pfeiffer. I hope you have sweet dreams.
Good night, Pfeiffer.
Good night.
So that's all the tweets that I have for you guys tonight. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen and come back into the main area because Adi is now in charge of the show. And Adi, tell Kevin about this part of the show.
Spoiler. That's a tease.
Well.
It shouldn't have been there. Anyway. So there was a time in my life before 3 weeks ago when I didn't make memes. And all I could do every week for the parenting corner was to bring in a parenting meme, sometimes dark, sometimes really pixelated and in that old classic meme format because parents are either out of touch or lazy. Lazy is not the word. Exhausted is the word. That's the thing. Parents also aren't out of touch. They just stopped being able to pay attention to things once they had kids. And so anyway, so that was going on. And then Rachel challenged me to make a new meme every week. So this is week 3 of the experiment. And I love the experiment and I never want it to stop.
Nice.
So with no further ado, let's look at the meme that I already posted. Shared. Thank you.
Good one.
Thank you. I often say a little bit about my process for making the tweet. I struggled a little bit to come up with one this week. I was circling around this idea for like 3 days. And because I couldn't figure out what to put in the pathological liar spot, because what I was really trying to get at is that, like, I tell myself I'm gonna do shit all the time, and I mean it to myself, and sometimes I tell other people, and I know deep down there's no chance it's gonna happen, and there's definitely no chance it's gonna happen when I say it will. And so I am both understanding of my daughter in that moment and disappointed in her, but it's because I'm also disappointed in myself, and that's a big part of parenthood. Yeah. Thank you, Ansel. Thank you. Someone loves it.
No, I think it's very good because it is very true. Like as a kid, my parents would always tell me to go do things, and they're like, "Go to your room," and I just like sleep or something like that. It was never really a punishment. I had video games and a television in my room. Like, yeah, I would never listen to my parents. Sorry, Adi. And sorry, I guess, to my mom and my dad and my sister and all the parents I know.
I like this idea that my bathroom room is fun.
Yeah.
I do like this idea that Kevin has this apology to make to his parents, but he can't quite, square up and apologize to them directly. So Adi sort of becomes this like proxy dad that people who need to say things to their dad will like come up and say them to you. So Kevin, is there anything else you'd like to tell your father, but it's easier to tell Adi?
I really wish, as a kid, we got to know each other better. We knew each other pretty well. He just lives in Ohio, and I haven't seen him that much. All right, and I think you're all right. Thanks for all the Monty Python.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm proud of you.
What?
I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job.
Thanks, Dad. Can you shut it off, please?
Yeah, you mean the meme, right? You want the meme?
No.
Oh. He left. He got up and left.
I forgot that you can still see me.
Yeah, I know all.
Yeah. You do know all. Your dad.
Oh
wow.
man.
Wow, that was not. I don't know where I thought that would go. I didn't think it would go there, and I'm very happy it did. And also, Adi, I've decided you're going to be the proxy dad for every guest on this show going forward.
I'm happy to do it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to get my reps in, get my dadding reps. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Adi, I feel like on one hand you're like a very specific father to two children, but on a bigger sense you're like everyone's dad. You know what I mean?
That's a hell of a compliment. I'll take it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You better take it. What I like, can we bring the meme back up for one moment?
Sure.
What I like about your memes, Adi, is that I feel like you're hitting a theme with your memes. And you can bring your other memes up if you have them.
Sure.
But I feel like every time you make a meme, you are casting your toddler children, you're either your infant child or your toddler, as these sort of brilliant madmen, like these sort of mad scientists, IQ of 5,000, diabolical, going to run the earth. Like, in your mind, they are little geniuses who are also evil, and I think that's beautiful.
Hold on. I know.
Baby geniuses, you would say?
All right. Yeah. Baby geniuses.
Greatest film of my generation.
Yeah. So I can pull up last week's pretty quickly, and while I do that, I can get the one from the week prior. So this is last week's.
Huh.
And then I just need a second.
And in this one, he's casting himself as sort of more of a
Sheriff.
Yeah, sheriff, or like low status carnival barker-esque silly zookeeper who has no respect at all.
Yeah, and I'm very much subject to their whims in this one. Come on, come through. Mm-hmm. I just sent it. Oh, I think I need to be on Wi-Fi.
Anyway, we promise.
This is
the first meme makes my point.
Yeah, the first meme does make your point.
Thank
and
you.
I just think it's not on this computer at the moment.
What if you just describe the meme out loud?
Yeah, I can just read it. I'm trying to send it to myself from my phone. But the meme. So you remember when Joe Biden was caught on mics saying, "What a stupid son of a bitch" about was it a Breitbart reporter or something like that?
It was that was one of the Fox News guys. That's always
Yeah.
a fucking idiot. That doesn't narrow it
Yeah.
down.
So that's the image and the quote I used. But the setup is me. Of course, you can help me in the kitchen. My toddler, Joe Biden, saying, "What a stupid son of a bitch."
I like that one.
Which is casting your toddler as the literal president of the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here she is as a maniacal genius. Came through finally. Here. There we go. And nope, we don't want that. We want to share a new one.
It's okay if you can't do it, Izzy.
We're here.
We're here. There we go.
It's even better than you described it.
Yeah, the eyes I think really do it for me.
Those toddler eyes.
Yeah, there's like a scorn. She's got a real scorn. He walked right the fuck into my trap, that dumb bastard.
What's the worst that could happen?
Now, Adi, a question for you. What percentage of the time would you say your toddler actively scorns you or is scornful of the situation?
I think this thread that you're identifying is an aspirational thing in my subconscious. Like I know she does these things, and she is mostly still id, and so she's just going from one desire to the next, and occasionally stops and feels bad about the wreckage in her path, but mostly doesn't. And so I like to think that there is this calculating genius behind it that is not really there. I think that might be what's going on.
I think all children are really cold and calculated, to be honest. From all the children I've interacted with in my life as a professional uncle, I don't know. I've never trusted them. They're cool. I love them, but like I definitely don't trust them, and I still don't. And my niece, who used to be a baby, is almost 15, and it's terrible.
Great question. I think in theory I'll be fine with my kiddo when she says this language if it's part of a good joke.
I like that.
And if she's doing it intentionally to be mean and angry at someone, we'll have a conversation about how to identify our feelings and get some management of them after that, so that we don't say mean, hurtful things because they can hurt people. But the swear in and of itself, I don't think on its own I'll be unhappy with. It'll be the intent behind it.
Yeah. So if she's like, if the first time she cusses, it's because she's on a motorcycle, and she goes, "This fucking rules." You're just like, you know what? That's fine. That's fine.
That's right. I'm going to say that's contextually appropriate, Sydney.
She's like, "Fuck yeah, thanks, Dad." Vroom vroom.
Keep on trucking, motherfucker.
She's like 5 in my head when all this is happening.
Yeah.
That's when that kind of language really starts.
Mm-hmm. So, thanks for appreciating my meme, Kevin.
Anytime. If you want to just send them to me when we're not on a show together, I will look at them and I will laugh maybe. And maybe
someday I'll make more than one in a week.
I'll say thanks, Dad, every time.
Okay. All right. We've got that going for us.
Nice.
Love that so much. We're nearing the end of the show. I want to give it up to Kevin. Thank you, Kevin, so much for being our guest. Were there anything you wanted to add in terms of either reflections on the show, the tweets we've seen, or promotions of your personal projects you'd like to explain and express to our audience?
I just want to make it clear that I think Elizabeth Debicki has a right to exist. I can't push that more. Big fan of the things I've seen her in. I just don't want her to hurt anybody. So who's watching this? I'm sorry, I guess. And if you're hurt, yeah. whatever. Also, I guess you can go on Friday, Indie Night, Union Comedy. Go see Tilda and a bunch of other groups that are there. I'll be performing at 7:30. Check out Riot Improv, and then just like if you want to tweet at me, that's that. I don't really pay attention, but I will for friends. And if you see me on the street, give me $1. Yeah,
$1.
$1. Come to Revival Cafe and Kitchen. I make good coffee.
Hell
Yeah. He does pretty lattes.
That is true. Thank you. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, do you do latte art? Do you do like the
Yeah,
leaves?
one of those.
Yeah.
Did you do hearts on Monday? Did you do a lot of hearts?
Yeah, I actually made it a goal to do hearts in most people's drinks, but my preferred latte art are tulips. Those are fun, pretty easy. Well, not easy, I guess, but like they're easy enough and fun and very impressive, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we're getting big.
Yeah, I agree, Brian.
What did Brian say?
Brian said that your latte. Brian said a nice thing to his best friend.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I thought it must have been something mean.
I think you're still a little bit like vulnerable because of the dad conversation, and now you're feeling defensive, which is totally fine. But Brian is just more love. Yeah, and so just if you're enjoying, I should do the plugs for this channel that I'll do right now. If you're enjoying the show, we have lots of shows. Our next show is tomorrow night, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the Steam Daddies, David Thomas, Ryan Daly, and brand new Steam Daddy, Connor Garrison, formerly of Improv Boston Mainstage, and currently of currently here being a Steam Daddy. And June Eisenhardt does the Steam Daddy theme song, as Ansel, I believe, is referring to, which fucking rules. If I may
It's a
quote,
banger.
future 5-year-old Dee's daughter, Sydney, fucking rules. And yeah, I believe you can see Kevin and Adee possibly in the Quarantine Action Wrestling April Fool's Day show, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think.
Maybe.
What's the date we're looking at for it? I
think,
don't even know.
I think April 1st.
Yeah, probably right.
And if not, April Fools. So, fuck you. No.
There's still some ambiguity about exactly when it's hitting this channel, but what's important is that if you love wrestling and you love comedy, and if you have or haven't seen Quarantine Action Wrestling, this is the show for you. It's comedians being wrestlers and playing characters, so it's super fun. So look out for more information about that. Otherwise, you can see me and Adee here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time doing honorable mentions with a brand new guest every week. What a standard set by our guest tonight, Kevin Paquette. Give it up for Kevin if you're at home. If you're at home, wherever you watch the show from, I shouldn't assume you're at home. You could be anywhere because this is digital. But otherwise, please enjoy the rest of your nights. I've been Rachel. This has been Adee. This has been Kevin. And have a great night and a great rest of your week until you see us again. Good night, good luck, and good posting.